This is Nick Diaz. You're watching FightCoverage.com.
Nick, you're flossing your boxing skills more and more every time we see you.
Oh yeah, I've been having a lot of different stuff going on with my boxing right now. I've been having a change of sparring partners. Me and my brother have been working out in Oakland a lot more now. I've got a sparring partner, a pretty important guy. His name is Andre Ward. You might know him. He was the 2004 gold medalist, and we work out over there. A couple of days of the week. It's been helping me out quite a bit, actually. Getting to work with somebody that's a lot quicker and hitting a lot harder, and and there's just nobody on that level that I might face in MMA. So it automatically makes me the best striker in MMA as far as I'm concerned. There is nobody in mixed martial arts that can
Gold medalist.
Yeah, that does boxing. That works out hard, trains hard boxing, and knows about boxing. A lot of times they can't really make it into a gym without opening their mouth about how they do MMA or whatever. And somebody's professional trainer, isn't going to want to hear about this sort of thing. So you're not going to make it long enough to get some legitimate sparring in the gym and get some legitimate boxing work. So it's great for me, and you can learn from a lot of what I'm saying right now, and these people are, I know what to do now, I do what Nick Diaz do, but it's fine, I already got a head start, so I've been doing this for about 5 years or so now. I started sparring Smooth Rodney Jones. He had a title fight with Corey Spinks, who's actually ranked number 1 in the world right now. He was ranked number 5th in the world. His name was Smooth Rodney Jones. I actually when he just recently retired after that title fight, after that world title fight, and I went ahead and recruited his trainer. So now he's training me and my brother. So we've got a legitimate boxing trainer. So when we go around the boxing gyms and we get some good sparring. So
that'll be like a sweet mix between the boxing and your black belt, right?
Yeah. So and that's already kind of a given. I train at the Cesar Gracie gym. I'm a black belt under Cesar Gracie. I studied my jiu-jitsu very thoroughly ever since I was about 15 years old, watching Royce Gracie, and then I got with Cesar Gracie as soon as I could. And I try to do as much jiu-jitsu competition as possible. I would be in competition religiously as far as jiu-jitsu goes if it was paying my bills and I had the extra time to cut the weight and everything. And if I could actually just go in and compete at the weight I'm at, it might even be an idea. But I like to compete at my own weight, and cutting that sort of weight and dropping that weight and staying on that strict of a diet is just almost like ridiculous. It's just not done.
It takes the fun out of fighting a little, doesn't it?
It takes everything out of life. It's already like that anyways. So that would just be ridiculous. It wouldn't. It's almost impossible to say you're gonna go ahead and train for a really big fight after you train to get down to a certain weight and then cut a certain weight to compete at a certain weight, and then you got to do it all over again in 2 weeks. Because let's say I only have 2 months, and then we put a jiu-jitsu tournament somewhere in the middle of that really takes all the time out of things. So I try to get the best competition I can in the gym, which is not hard to do. I've got really good guys. Shields when he wasn't fighting as much every month or so, he was competing in all these tournaments and stuff and beating guys. He won the shit most of the time, and he's beating guys, and it's a good measuring stick. I get to see how he does versus these guys, and then I train with Shields, and that helps me out to know where I'm at in that level. And I get a lot of different grapplers, that have been somewhere, done something, important people that come into my gym I train with. So that keeps my competitive level up as far as jiu-jitsu goes. I've got the best teacher and the best training partners in the world as far as jiu-jitsu goes. So, and I like to look to myself as far as incorporating things into MMA. I feel I find that I've been a lot more productive as far as figuring out, techniques and training drills and things to do, to incorporate your martial arts skills or your boxing skills or wrestling skills into an MMA, and to use everything and to actually utilize, everything you do in the cage or in the
now, let me ask you, training so hard for something like right now you're training hard in your boxing. I mean, can that be counterproductive, like in a fight, like when you fought Nunes and it seemed like you just wanted to box and perhaps your best angle was to take him down?
No, I'm going to have to use this just like I tell everybody else too. You just got to use your best judgment on how to incorporate these things into your MMA game, into your fight game, into your game plan, whatever you're going to call it. All that this sparring and workouts are going to do for me is it's going to have me, my timing is going to be on. I'm going to be hitting harder. I'm going to be punching a lot faster, hitting a lot harder. It's going to be a lot more sharper as far as everything with the boxing goes. So if I have the chance to utilize that aspect of the game, I'm just going to be that much quicker to do so. I don't get carried away with anything. I'm very open-minded, so I don't feel like it's going to be like how you said. I don't feel like that's ever going to be counterproductive in any sort of way. And I don't leave one thing behind. That's why I feel like we're the most hardest training people in the sport, and at all, because we're doing one thing, then we got to do the other. Sometimes we get these workouts with these guys in the boxing gyms, and they could never guess that we've got 2 more workouts, coming. Right. So that's
just your warm up.
Yeah, yes, sir.
So now you're going to be fighting June 14th. You just fought. I mean, it had to be a good payday for you to go fight out there, right? I mean, to risk another fight on June 14th. It's going to be on TV.
I didn't feel like it was such a risk because, I took it's sort of a gamble for me, actually. It was sort of a risk, but, hey, I'm like, the money's in front of me. Money talks. I gotta go. So, I didn't really look at it as a risk. I like to look on the positive side, so I don't like to think about the negative things that might happen. I know it wasn't a top 10 ranked opponent or anything, so I felt like I could, not so much I could walk through this guy, but
odds were in your favor.
Yeah, I could potentially walk through this guy. So.
How hard was it to talk Gary Shanta?
Well, it was. I didn't have much to do with it. I just said that, like, hey, if they let me go, I'm going to plug. I'm going to represent. I'm going to represent my team. I'm going to represent the Pro Elite, Elite XC, Gary Shaw. I'm going to do it up. So.
Luckily, they let you. Let you do it.
And they were cool enough to. To let me go and do my job, and I extremely, very much appreciate that.
Yeah, and now we get to watch him fight twice in the span of like 6-7 weeks. So that's good for us too. Nick, thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it. And good luck on the 14th, dude.